Welcome to the 51st Acropolis Rally, one of the WRC's classic events. But the classic description is not one the crews may agree with. The Acropolis is hard work. The Mediterranean sun can see the temperatures soar, and it's even hotter in the cars with temperatures reaching 50 degrees centigrade. And if the heat doesn't get you, the rock-strewn roads just might. This rally is a real car-breaker. The big news in the lead-up to this rally has been Marcus Grönholm's disqualification from the last round in Cyprus. Celebrations for the Peugeot 307's maiden win cut short because of a non-regulation water pump in the car.
I can't do anything. That's the result now, and of course I was disappointed, but it's a shame.
Has there been some big questions asked in the team about why this happened? What was the big problem?
Don't ask me. I don't know exactly, so you have to ask the team managers and the team management.
Grönholm tight-lipped, but Peugeot team boss Corrado Provera not so. He called a press conference claiming the water pump was legal. Peugeot won't be appealing. Provera determined to have the last word.
What's the spirit in which are we now? Are we depressed? Are we sad? Are we empty? No, we are disgusted. Will we give up? Never.
The 10 points for the win in Cyprus now go to Sebastian Loeb. But he's not concerned with what's gone before.
My target here is to try to finish on the podium if it's possible, and to win it would be better, but I think it will be a big fight compared to with Marco and Marcus and Peter.
The new Cyprus winner is also the new championship leader. Before the result was overturned, Grönholm had a 1-point lead, but he arrives in Greece 11 points behind Loeb. And Peugeot are now down in 4th in the Manufacturers' Championship, well behind leaders Ford. The Focus has dominated the Acropolis in recent years, winning the last 4 events. Marco Martin kept the flag flying in 2003 with his first WRC victory. Before Ford, Subaru were the dominant force here, with 4 wins in the 1990s. Peter Solberg will look to return the blue cars to winning ways. And Skoda are back. The Czech manufacturers return to the WRC fold after their development sabbatical. Tony Gardemeister retains his seat and is joined by Germany's Armin Schwarz.
I don't expect too much. I think we are trying to get to the finish, to analyze the car after the rally, see single stage times, and then we know where we have to work and where we have to improve, where we have improved the car.
The Olympic Games will soon be arriving in Athens, but for the first time, the nation's capital and its famous landmark have no part to play in the rally. The official start is taking place in the host city of Lamia, 220 kilometres northwest of Athens. Lamia is also the location for the service park. For the first 2 days, the crews will head south into the Parnassos Mountains, with the day 3 action taking place to the west of Lamia. 22 stages in all, a total competitive distance of 377 kilometres.
After their problems in Cyprus, scrutineering may be giving rise to a spot of anxiety in the Peugeot team. But the cars come through with no cause for official concern. Instead, it's the other drivers who need to watch out. Marcus Grönholm, stripped of that Cyprus win, is doubly keen to prove himself and the Peugeot in Greece. He starts the rally with the fastest time in Thursday night's super special stage. With morning comes the real start of the rally. And its dry and dusty nature could be about to change. Rain's forecast at some point in the weekend. But for now, the dry conditions are causing Sebastian Loeb some problems. As first man out on the stage, he's clearing the road of loose gravel for the drivers starting after him. So it's not surprising that he sets a very slow time. Marco Martin, second in the championship, has almost as much of a disadvantage. This year the stages appear much smoother and faster than last year, when Martin of course won the rally. Better placed in the running order, his teammate Francois Duval. And after retiring on stage 1 in Cyprus, he wants to perform strongly here. So too Petter Solberg, hoping a new grille will keep debris out of the Subaru's radiator. In Cyprus, gravel and dust blocked the airflow to the engine and the car overheated. This is a fast stretch, but the rally cars fly over terrain that would destroy a road car.
30, flat shot by right.
Marcus Gronholm and Peugeot harbour the most disappointment after the last rally, and the story isn't over. The FIA have hit back at Corrado Provera, accusing Peugeot of management failings in Cyprus. Whatever the politics, the action can't be criticised. Gronholm's very quick. Harry Rovanperä in the second Peugeot believes he's as fast as Gronholm on loose surfaces. Despite knocking a rock which damaged the steering, he wins the stage, 0.7 of a second ahead of his teammate. Carlos Sainz won this rally 3 times. The first time, 14 years ago, was his maiden victory in the WRC, but he hasn't been on song this season. And things aren't going right now either. That stall has cost him time, and with the wrong tyre choice too, he's nearly 15 seconds off the pace. This rally is renowned for being difficult, and even if it's smoother than last year, it'll present problems, especially for less experienced drivers. That wasn't the way Nicola Voilo in his Bosian Racing 206 planned to come down the mountain. For Gilles Panizzi in the Mitsubishi, aiming to finish is about as ambitious as he can be, as the team continue their work to improve the car. That impact has damaged his anti-roll bar, but Panizzi keeps going. In the second Mitsubishi, there's a debut for Spain's Danny Sola. And it looks as if he's not having an easy time either. Roadside repairs for Panizzi, but Sola has an even tougher job on his hands. He's lost a wheel and is trying, somehow, to patch the car up. Armin Schwartz gets underway the first real day of Skoda's return to the WRC. The team spent the last 5 months in testing and development. But this is where they find out how far they've come and how much they've yet to do. Tony Gardemeister was concerned that a lack of recent competitive driving would hamper him. But he's just 6.4 seconds off the fastest time. A touch on the brakes here and there, but speeds on this rally all round are already proving to be faster than last year.
At the top of the leaderboard, the Peugeots of Gronholm and Rovanperä are split by world champion Petter Solberg in his Subaru. Citroën drivers Carlos Sainz and Sebastian Loeb won't be happy with their start, but for the Skodas of Gardemeister and Schwartz, it's all about maximum time on the road.
The rally fans are out in force, keen to witness Skoda's first assault on the WRC this season. Tony Gardemeister seems to be enjoying his return. The team need good results to secure their future. And despite that heavy landing, it's been a satisfactory start for Gardemeister. But not so for Armin Schwartz. He retires. But under new rules, he can restart tomorrow, though he can't score points. A chance for valuable testing time, but only if they can repair the car.
Well, we broke one of the arms on the suspension arm, and the wheel was loose, so we have to stop because the stage is too long. You know, with a loose wheel, you never will get finished to the stage.
Finishing the rally and finishing on the podium is what Marcus Gronholm's pursuing. He continues to push on stage 3. He says he feels the 307 is stronger than in Cyprus, and he wins the stage. Harry Rovanperä is up with Gronholm. He's quick enough to take second place overall from world champion Petter Solberg. Now this is the stage where Marco Martin's bonnet came loose last year and flew up to cover the windscreen. It's also the stage where his teammate Francois Duval retired in 2003, so not a happy road for Ford.
Same time as Seb, 33 plus right, into 3 left, 44 plus right, crest. 1.
Martin lost the racing line on the slippery gravel. And they can't get the car back up the steep bank. He retires, a massive blow in this tight championship race.
I think I just took a bit wrong line through the corner, and there was a landslide at the exit, so it just ran out of road basically, and sort of just fell off the road.
Championship leader Sebastian Loeb was well off the pace on stage 2, but he's making up ground. He's 5th over stage 3 and moves up 8 places to 5th overall. Danny Sola is 19th overall, and he's having to nurse the car through. His roadside repairs haven't done the trick. Now the cars start at 2-minute intervals, so that's the next crew coming along, and Sola needs to get out of the road. Roman Cresta must have been blinded by the dust. It's not just damage, this is dangerous. You can see Sola expects the car to pass, so the impact is a bit of a shock. The 2 cars have blocked the stage, and it's cancelled for the remaining drivers, who are given a nominal time, while Cresta and Sola have time to swap insurance details.
All the leading cars were already through the stage when that incident happened. Duval's Ford is 4th, and Solberg is now 3rd, behind the 2 Peugeots of Rovanperä and Gronholm.
Well, Marcus, after a very disappointing week, what a great start.
It's okay, good start, but it's only 2 stages done now, so it's too early to say something, but okay, good start.
Does the pace of the Peugeots worry you at all? They're pretty quick out there.
No, it's no problem. No problem. He had a very good stage time there, and a good tyre choice, and everything fitted well for him, so we will see.
Different concerns over at Skoda, where the team need as much time as possible on the road to help their rehabilitation into world rallying. And they're being helped by the new so-called Super Rally rules, which allow Armin Schwarz to continue driving tomorrow, even though he's been forced to retire from the official rally.
The goal was to finish without failure, but okay, now we had a failure. This can happen, but the goal is to improve.
And they aren't the only ones looking to improve. After a slow start, 5th place Sebastian Loeb is getting the measure of the Greek mountains. He's improved his stage times and is putting pressure on the drivers ahead of him. Solberg made a few minor changes in service, the dips and suspension, and it pays dividends on the first stage of the afternoon. He sets a fast time.
And tightens the shot ball right to the crest. 20, 2 left tighten, opening 40.
Rally leader Marcus Gronholm, though, seems a little less at ease. Predicted rain hasn't helped. He's sliding all over the place on this mud, and that is bound to cost him time. What's more, he'll be aware of Solberg's pace. Now remember, Gronholm came into the stage 10.1 seconds ahead of the Norwegian, and he's certainly much slower. He's lost the lead now. 18.4 seconds is a lot of time to lose over one stage.
Marcus, you've dropped a little bit of time in there. Was there a problem?
I don't know. I don't know what was the problem. We were sliding everywhere. I don't know.
His teammate, Harry Rovanperä, is 2nd after the morning stages and perhaps can profit from Gronholm's misfortune. But instead, he's more than 30 seconds off the pace and drops 2 places. Francois Duval now has the hopes of Ford resting on his young shoulders as Marco Martin has retired and can't score points. He rises to the challenge, taking 3rd place overall. Carlos Sainz, in 8th place, felt to have the wrong tyres this morning and now has a problem with his dampers. He's so slow, Francois Duval is one of many to catch him up on the stage. Sainz lets the young Belgian past, but he has to stop for emergency repairs. He loses 20 minutes and there are 2 more stages to struggle through before service. On to stage 5, in 2nd place Marcus Grönholm is still finding it going tough. His tyres aren't holding the muddy surface. This spin costs him 12 seconds and he's now 20 seconds off rally leader Petter Solberg.
With that lead looking pretty healthy for Solberg, all eyes are on the battle for 3rd place. Sebastian Loeb has edged ahead of Rovanperä, but 3rd place Duval won't be feeling too secure, with less than 5 seconds separating the 3 rivals.
And there's no let-up in pace for Petter Solberg on stage 6. He's blisteringly quick, his 3rd consecutive stage win. Last year, though he finished 3rd here, he had more stage wins than anyone else. And Marcus Grönholm is losing even more ground to him. Not helped by another spin on this stage. But Harry Rovanperä, his teammate, is looking good in that 3-way fight for 3rd place. His time looks impressive. So impressive that he leapfrogs both Loeb and Duval. Below that trio, Tony Gardemeister is having a great day in 6th. An impressive outing for the Skoda's first showing in 2004. But his luck doesn't last. And nor does the Skoda's suspension. He loses 2.5 minutes.
Harry Rovanperä, the star performer on stage 6, his time lifting him above Loeb and Duval. But Solberg is still the boss. He increased his lead over the faltering Grönholm to 31.3 seconds.
Marcus, some mistakes from you this afternoon. What's been going on out there?
We had two spins and I don't know. Okay, from now on, no mistakes anymore.
I've been in position before. I've been leading after the first day in Mexico and was leading in Cyprus, but I've been so unlucky. But hopefully I can have some luck with me now.
What are your thoughts on the weather now? That's closing in a bit. It could rain.
Yeah. Same for everybody.
The rally leader clearly isn't going to let the worsening conditions dampen his spirits. He keeps up the same impressive pace through the very wet and muddy stage 7. But the conditions are hindering Marcus Grönholm. He's using Michelin's new TDE tyres introduced on this rally, but they weren't designed for a mud bath and cost him time. He's a full minute slower than on his first run through the stage.
Petter said he's never seen mud like it in the middle section. Do you find it really bad?
Yeah. But we have no chance to keep his speed. No, absolutely no chance.
His teammate made a different tyre choice. Rovanperä stuck with the Z tyre, Michelin's standard gravel tyre. It coped well with the muddy sections of the stages and didn't slow him down in these drier areas either. He's so much faster than Marcus Grönholm that on stage 7 he leapfrogs the 2-times world champion to take 2nd place. Francois Duval made an equally canny tyre choice, and at the end of stage 8, the young Belgian in 4th place is just 2.7 seconds behind Grönholm overall. The tyre debate can be perfectly illustrated by comparing Gronholm and Rovanperä on Virtual Spectator.
You can see after the first half of the stage, which is the fast and dry section, Gronholm and Rovanperä are neck and neck.
But it all changed when the stage got wet and muddy.
Yes, after only 2 kilometres of the wet and twisty second half, Harry Rovanperä's better tyre choice is already coming into its own. At the end of this final 12-kilometre section, Rovanperä finishes just over 19 seconds in front of his more senior teammate.
And there's more bad news for Marcus Gronholm in the super special stage that ends day 1. Ford's Francois Duval wins the stage, and that's enough to move ahead of the former world champion and take 3rd place overall. But that wasn't the only drama. Tony Gardemeister looked set to make it through Skoda's first day of competition this season, but a fire in the engine bay ends his hopes. He, like Armin Schwartz, retires.
So, after a day of high drama and a number of retirements, it's Petter Solberg who leads the way. His car has stood up well and he's avoided the rocks that litter the stages to open up a commanding lead of nearly a minute.
We've seen a lot of action today. Quite a few guys have retired. Has it surprised you, the attrition rate during this rally?
Well, I think the level of speed now, you know, and some of the risks is getting higher and higher. And cutting more corners, we're trying to drive more neat, and when you not drive so much sideways, it's more dangerous driving style.
Solberg in a class of his own, but behind him the race is still on, with Loeb, Gronholm, Duval and Rovanperä fighting for 2nd place.
This year the rally has thrown off its rough and rocky reputation, with the stages much smoother and faster than ever before. Even so, the rally has still found a way to show its teeth, with drivers from the Junior World Championship suffering alongside their more illustrious colleagues. 21 cars have fallen by the wayside. That's nearly a third of the field.
The higher speeds are causing a lot of problems. There's still a lot of rocks out there, and they're being pulled out into the road by each passing rally car. They're going so fast there's less time to see them, and no time to miss them. These high-speed impacts cause a lot of damage.
So how has Petter Solberg managed to handle the conditions so much better than anyone?
Petter's driving with great control. His pace notes are guiding him through the rougher sections, while on the quicker stages he's fast and smooth and staying out of trouble.
Although so many crews retired on day 1, thanks to the Super Rally experiment, they can all restart. So, Marco Martin, Danny Sola, Armin Schwartz and Tony Gardemeister are all back for the Acropolis Take 2. In previous rallies, Mitsubishi with their early double retirements would have been glad of the Super Rally system, but Gilles Panizzi has no need of it now. He moves up to 6th place, replacing Daniel Carson of the privateer Bosian team. But the prizes for day 1, of course, go to Petter Solberg.
Tightens and opens to 4. Into early hairpin right tightens. Birdie. Shot by right.
He's got a healthy lead, and day 2 is about maintaining it, and as he did on day 1, keeping out of trouble. At the moment, the battle's taking place behind him. Even Sebastian Loeb, 5th overall, involved in the race for 2nd place. Francois Duval starts day 2 in 3rd place.
25 freins pour droite, 40 tenir, 40 tenir.
Marcus Gronholm isn't on the Frenchman's pace either. That's unfortunate for him as his aims to recover lost ground and regain 2nd place, if not the lead. But that impact may have dented his chances. Grönholm pushing hard and sliding wide on the gravel. That crash is the rear wheel hitting the scenery, and that won't make the car easy to handle.
Ja nyt varmasti saadaan painettua, kato renkaat. Pyörä putosi, oikein lyhyt kivi sisällä ja oikein eri jouhea.
Harry Rovanperä, as Grönholm's well aware, is fast enough to hold on to second place. But he can't afford any mistakes either. Mistakes or misfortune, Grönholm's paying the price. The impacts damaged his rear suspension. Rovanperä profited from his teammates' problems on day one, but can only sympathise now. Sometimes actions speak louder than words.
You've tried to repair it. Are you going to continue?
I try, but I cannot repair it. It's no chance, so I just go.
Surprisingly, he does manage to limp to the start of the next stage. He's still fourth overall, but how long can he and the wheel hang on? It's not looking too hopeful for him.
Pitäisi saada sivu ainakin, jos se... Tonne noin.
That won't keep the wheel on, but hopefully it releases some frustration. They ask the spectators for help. Not to get the car going, but to get it safely off the road.
Marcus, can you tell us what's happened here?
No, here I lost the gears and the driving, because on the first stage I hit the rock with my rear tire, and it went broken, and yeah, so it was my mistake. Now it's rally's over.
Perspective is a wonderful thing. His nightmare is a blessing to the other three chasing second place. Loeb is second fastest over the stage and takes 12 seconds out of François Duval, ahead of him in third place. By the end, Duval's only just hanging on. Grönholm's teammate Harry Rovanperä is second coming into stage 11. But he's not on the pace. His tyres are badly worn and suffering on the rough gravel. He drops 2 places behind Duval and Loeb to 4th place overall.
A bad morning for Peugeot, with Grönholm's retirement and Rovanperä dropping down the leaderboard. But at least he's still in it, and less than 2 seconds separates him from Duval and Loeb. Solberg still out on his own.
To prevent the crews having to haul battered cars 100 kilometres back to Lamia, a remote service has been introduced for this rally, with special regulations. Mechanics can only take a limited amount of kit, and only the spares that are carried by the car can be used, so a few extra items were loaded at the start of the day. Tyres can also be changed, and Harry Rovanperä is definitely in need of a new set.
Rear tires' rubber is broken, and I'm a little bit surprised because the grip is not so bad. And okay, automatic I thinking is my rear tires is very bad condition.
Obviously this means that the service crew have to travel to the location, but only 2 mechanics are allowed to work on the car at a time. However, advice can still be given from the sidelines. And the crew have to muck in themselves.
Suits me, I get a mechanic's wage as well.
No work, just high-octane excitement for those watching the rally. And even those not driving for points, like Tony Gardemeister, provide a spectacle. Skoda's extra testing means extra work for their mechanics. Danny Sola isn't in the rally proper either, but he is affecting the fight for points. Sola's only got second gear and he's kicking up a dust cloud.
heti vasen
Mikko
nopea aukee.
Hirvinen's not happy to be stuck behind him.
Hyppy 10. Lyhyt vasen nopea
Solo
ylihyppy.
tucks in very tightly, no doubt remembering that shunt from Roman Cresta on day one. Hirvinen's in 7th place overall. In 8th is Manfred Stoll, who loses no time passing Sola. Up ahead, Harry Rovanperä responds in the battle for 2nd place. He puts in a great time, 6.8 seconds faster than anyone else.
Jatkaa. Oikein täys. Nyt vasen laita ja oikein täys.
Rovanperä climbs back up to 2nd place at the end of stage 12. But Sebastian Loeb keeps the pressure on. He sets a blistering time in stage 13. Francois Duval, 1 place ahead of Loeb, in 3rd, can't match it and drops below him. But can Rovanperä keep Loeb at bay? He knows that the championship leader has been quick through here and knows he has to respond. Just 6.7 seconds separate them, and it's going to be pretty close.
Hain nypyn yli lyhyt vasen täys sisältä 5. Maaliin.
Rovanperä is slower, just, but he keeps 2nd place.
28. 5 Borista state of game. Toivotaan, että riittää.
And Petter Solberg keeps the lead.
30 short, 1 right, don't cut. Opens long, tightens, don't cut.
Go down the brakes.
18, okay.
But he's not having things all
Right
his
into
own
6
way.
left bus,
That was
extra long,
Solberg
tight
telling
short.
co-driver Phil Mills the brakes have failed. They're 8 kilometres into the longest stage of the rally.
36 left bus, keep very end of a crest. Into cut by
Now the rally leader's been giving a masterclass in how to tackle this event, and even with no brakes, he still looks impressive.
6 right, 15. Caution, keep slight left of a big jump, 3, 30. Cut, 3 right tightens.
His lead is cut to 52 seconds, but it could have been much worse.
Luckily, the next service was straight after the stage, so mechanics could fix the brakes, and Solberg didn't have to drive any further with such a big handicap.
Pipe broke and we didn't hit anything at all, but obviously we lost quite a lot of time from there and into the finish, 24 seconds, so luckily we didn't lose more.
In the battle for 2nd place, Francois Duval has decided to gamble with the new Michelin TDE tyre.
Do you think you can fight back and get 2nd place back?
Yeah, if possible now, because this morning is not terrible choice the tires. Now maybe some good choice.
This is the Z tyre, the original gravel option for loose surfaces. The new TDE tyre has a wider tread pattern, which should give 10% more grip when surfaces are harder. The bigger blocks also give better durability in these conditions, while the irregular shape is designed to keep a good grip if the cars do encounter any loose stuff.
What have you chosen for the next stages?
Large new tires, first time in this rally.
You think that's a gamble?
That is fantastic tires in the next 2 stages.
You hope.
We'll see whether Rovanperä is still smiling after the final 3 stages of the day. He's less than 6 seconds ahead of 3rd place Sebastian Loeb, who's sticking with the tried and trusted Z tyre.
And it was the wrong tyres, albeit Pirelli's, says Mikko Hirvinen, which held him up in the earlier stages. But he's still in 7th place and keen to earn manufacturer's points for Subaru.
Vasen nopea. 5.
But that is a warning to keep focused. He skidded on the gravel and hit the rocks at the side of the road. The impact has damaged his right rear wheel. And on stage 15, things got tougher for the young Finn.
Irraa, 100. Huomio, lyhyt oikein, hidas, jarrukas.
A rock was on the racing line.
En voinut, mitä oli vittu kivi ihan linjalla.
Joo. Ei mitään. Ihan rauha. Kato vaan ettei pala mikään. Ja me
That rolls caused a lot of damage, so much so that officials later ruled that the roll cage was no longer safe and Hirvonen was out of the rally. In the ongoing battle for second place, Sebastian Loeb in third can't close in on Rovanperä. The margin increases to 9.5 seconds over stages 14 and 15. And behind him, Francois Duval is falling away. Even by just a fraction of a second each stage. He's 10.8 seconds behind Loeb at the end of stage 15. As for Harry Rovanperä, he's arguably driving the best rally of his life. Until now, the conditions haven't been right for Michelin's new tyre, but they're working well here. He wins stage 14 and is second on 15. Ahead of him, defending his lead, is Petter Solberg, a lead that would later be consolidated in the Super Special stage. It looks comfortable, but remember, he's already seen 2 rally wins slip out of his grasp this season, in Mexico and Cyprus.
Do you get a bit nervous when you're leading a rally like this?
Yeah, I don't like to lead. I want to have a good fight. It's much more interesting and much less nerves.
And perhaps Petter should be careful what he wishes for. At an earlier service, mechanics fitted a new rear bumper without mud flaps. It would make no difference to his speed, but it's against the rules. It was spotted by officials right at the end of the day, and they hit Solberg with a damaging 30-second penalty. At one time today, his lead was nearly 1.5 minutes. Now his cushion is less than 30 seconds. It's no longer an easy stroll to victory, and there's real hope on the final day for the chasing pack. Hard to believe that mud flaps could help to decide the outcome of a World Championship rally. And on the final morning in Greece, the Subaru team say they can't understand why a time penalty was imposed on Petter Solberg.
That is a bit strange, I don't know really. It's the sort of thing that normally we get a little slap on the wrist and a little reminder, don't forget you're supposed to have mud flaps on the car, make sure it gets fixed next time round. To be honest, that's what we expected.
It's an unprecedented decision to penalise someone for mud flaps. That must make it really hard to take.
Yeah, it's actually a big laugh, but the decision is taken, so...
Still got 28 seconds lead though. That's enough for you to still win this rally?
They're going to have to speed up anyway if they're going to try to beat me now.
Rally officials still keeping a close eye on proceedings, but it's unlikely that mud flaps will catch out the Subaru mechanics for a second time.
Mud flaps on.
It's not officialdom that's costing Francois Duval time, but he has been dropping time on the stages. He'd never driven the later stages of day 2 before, and this morning's stages 2 are new to him, so it's going to be tough to keep up with Sebastian Loeb's pace.
Sur droite à fond, pour gauche 60 cornes, sur droite 60 ferme fort.
Loeb is a massive 19.3 seconds faster than Duval on stage 17, greatly extending the margin between them.
Droite sans plus, et attention, gauche 30 épingle tard.
Second is a realistic target for Loeb. There's great rivalry between the two French manufacturers, so the Citroën driver is eager to overhaul the Peugeot of Harry Rovanperä. Rovanperä's position is now under serious attack. He starts the day just 8.8 seconds ahead of Loeb, a lead that's been chipped away over the 27 kilometres of the stage. But he does keep second place, just only 3.5 seconds ahead of Loeb overall. Petter Solberg has had an apology from his mechanics, but there's no time to dwell on the team's error. He can't match Loeb, but can he beat second place Harry Rovanperä? Yes, he does. That extends his overall lead to just over 30 seconds.
The chasing drivers can still beat Solberg if he makes a mistake, but the battle for second looks like it's down to 2, with Francois Duval out of the reckoning.
Let's just show you how Loeb has managed to put the squeeze on Rovanperä. On this hairpin, Loeb is really smooth through the corner, while Rovanperä, feeling that pressure, tries too hard and oversteers wide. The smallest of mistakes costing Rovanperä vital seconds, and there are plenty more tight corners still to come.
Unlike his teammate, Carlos Sainz isn't going to score individual points. He's not even in the top 20. But if he finishes, he'll score manufacturer's points for Citroën. But it's 4 driver's points that the privately entered Daniel Carlson is chasing. He's in an impressive 5th place. Could he become Sweden's new rally star? But he's caught out just after the stage finish. A reminder to stay aware. In the chase for second place, Sebastian Loeb is maintaining his daring pace, but is sharp enough to avoid the rocks that litter the side of the stages. His stage times remain incredibly fast. Now Rovanperä is just 4.4 seconds ahead of Loeb after stage 18. And trying to keep in front of the Frenchman is demanding his most aggressive driving. He's not going to be able to equal Loeb's stage time, and his lead is in real danger now. He just manages to keep ahead, but there's only a fraction of a second between them. Still in the rally lead is Petter Solberg.
Short 6 left minus the slight left of a big jump, 40 through narrow trees to crest, and 6 left past of a crest.
He doesn't appear unsettled by last night's disappointment. Instead, he rises to the challenge. He's fastest on stage 18 and 3rd fastest on 19.
With championship contenders Marco Martin and Marcus Gronholm already out, Loeb has the chance to extend his championship lead with a podium finish. But the extra 2 points for second would give him some welcome breathing space.
Sebastian, you've been on a real charge this morning to catch Harry Rovanperä.
Yes, but it's not easy. It will be a big fight again for the 3 last stages.
Harry, Sebastian Loeb is just 0.3 of a second behind you. You really do need to get moving.
Yes, we need to continue like today morning, even a little bit faster.
Meanwhile, teams that are still around only because of Super Rally can't score any points, but it's far from a pointless exercise.
We are trying different setups, trying from stage to stage. Also with the tires we have to learn a little bit, and I think we have seen some bad results in terms of times, but it gives us a good answer on things what we want to try.
Mitsubishi, who've also taken time out to develop, had been seeing an improvement after their double retirements in Sweden, New Zealand and Cyprus. Jukanitsu was 6th, but now he has engine problems. And Manfred Stoll, another privately entered driver performing strongly, takes 6th place. Up ahead, Sebastian Loeb continues his formidable performance. He's driving with determination and great skill, and he's eating into Harry Rovanperä. The Finn has been under threat all day, and before the end of the stage is in sight, it's clear that Rovanperä has lost second place, but by how much? That's a big margin.
Harry, you'd be disappointed with that time. Sebastian's got second.
Yes. In the beginning going very well, but after is starting some noises.
Francois Duval has fallen out of the fight for a podium place and has been heading the wrong way on the table all day. On stage 21, he heads the wrong way on the roads, and it costs him 25.6 seconds. He's now 2 minutes off the lead. Sitting pretty in second place, Sebastian Loeb sets another fantastic time. But Harry Rovanperä isn't calling it quits. He races through stage 21, winning the stage, but clawing back just 0.4 of a second.
With one stage to go, this is the leaderboard via Inmarsat. Solberg out on his own, but can Rovanperä make up that 6.2 seconds on Loeb in the final 9 kilometres? Duval should be safe in 4th.
So to the final stage of the rally, the culmination of 4.5 hours of competitive driving for Sebastian Loeb.
Well, he's driven brilliantly. So far today, he's won 3 of the 5 stages. And on the past 2 days, he's taken 26 seconds in Solberg. Who knows, if he hadn't been sweeping the road on the first day, he could well have been challenging for the lead. But as for Rovanperä, he's been under a lot of pressure today, and just a finish will give him the best result since Cyprus last year. But he doesn't know how Loeb's got on and will certainly push to the very end.
Because he knows that Loeb will be pushing to the very end as well. And that's exactly what he does. He's driven to the limit on this last stage. And now all he can do is sit and wait to find out if Rovanperä can better him. Over the past 2 days, Loeb's shown incredible consistency and speed.
Do you think you've done enough to stay in second?
I think yes, should be good.
He's probably right. But Rovanperä has lost 15 seconds over the last 90 kilometres. Somehow, I don't think he's going to make up 6.3 seconds in this, the last 9 kilometre stage.
And the clock tells the story. He hasn't made it. He's quite a bit slower than Loeb. 3.7 seconds. So Rovanperä's third.
19.
And Citroën can celebrate second place.
What I can say? We try all the day, but it's both time in long stages. Sebastian is really fast, and there we lose time. And this time tires also is quite bad.
So Petter Solberg just has this short stage to navigate successfully, but rallies, well, they have a way of punishing you when you least expect it. Solberg overcame that little moment in this set for this, his second win of the season.
He's driven with such speed and control, and I think on future gravel rallies, he'll win again this year for sure. Just watch him over his next jump. He's also a great showman. The crowd are really enjoying this display.
So delight for Solberg and for Subaru. And the team can even afford a joke at their own expense.
Incredible! Petter, that's been some fight. How was that?
With or without mud flaps, it doesn't matter. It worked very well, and I must say, really happy. I had full control today, and I haven't done any mistake at all, and it's just a really good feeling.
So, even with that 30-second penalty for his missing mud flaps, it was a comfortable winning margin for Solberg. Loeb's fantastic last day has translated into an extra 2 points for finishing ahead of Harry Rovanperä, who should still be pleased with his performance. The high attrition rate means there's only 4 WRC drivers who finish in the points.
Well, Petter, how does it feel to win your very first Acropolis rally?
Very good, very, very good. I won my first stages here ever when I was a young guy. So, but it's gone really well. Second and third from before, and now first. And car I worked perfect. The team I worked hard, and it's just incredible.
You seem to have the ability to pull out some speed when you need it. You were battling with Harry and you just got another gear and you pushed harder and he just couldn't beat you.
But I had to push very hard today. Yes, it was very close, and I wanted to beat him, so I tried very hard.
A very happy Sebastian Loeb, and so he should be, with a 5-point lead in the championship. Solberg has climbed above Marco Martin, but Marcus Gronholm is now trailing the leading trio by a considerable margin. Citroën are the new leaders of the manufacturers' race, while at the other end of the table, Panizzi picked up 4 points for Mitsubishi. The Inmarsat Star of the Rally Award in Greece goes to one of the sport's rising stars, Daniel Carlsen, who finished 5th, even though he was driving the old Peugeot 206 and without the backing of a full works team in such a tough event. Next stop on the WRC Tour is Turkey in 3 weeks' time. Another hot and demanding gravel rally based near the tourist resort of Antalya. And finally, here's a sight we've seen before. Peter Solberg celebrating a gravel rally win. And with his skill on this surface, it's something you can expect to see many more times in the future. Don't forget to join us in Turkey. In the meantime, keep up to date with everything on WRC.com.